rooted mental health system, because of our educational laws, because of our health system. It's a circus as far as I'm concerned. They play a wonderful game. They mightn't mean to, but they do. And they're hurting people more by letting this go on. You know, there's some good people that work in these departments that I said that are trying to make a difference. But then the heads of these departments don't make it easy for them. But yet, you never know. Like I say, where there's life, there's hope. You know, they say that Australia and its departments are getting better. Well, okay, that might be true in a sense, but not much better. What I mean by that, the only difference these days is people aren't getting raped and bashed. Not long ago in December, I went to a meeting with the Minister of Mental Health. And there was all these department figures there. There was doctors, mental health consumers. There was Carers Australia was there, and it was for the 2011 budget. But there was counsellors, there was other organisations there as well, and the health department. And it was to see how to get what they need to get their budget. They actually let me take part of it all, and I had my say there too, on the table and up in front of the health minister. And a lot of people said that the health minister was listening, and at first I didn't know who the mental health minister was. And he was the one that came and sat beside me first. And he really sounded a nice guy, and I met him. And, well, the issues that were discussed in that health thing, there was many issues. And you know what blew my brains out of it all was they were the issues, the same issues that were the issues for 1970. So we're still asking for the things we needed then. So when's somebody going to get their act together and even listen to the ones that are trying to help us? I just hope that a lot of people that met me there said that they really listened to what I said, and I had more time to talk than the others. But they said they listened to me because what I said was true and real. And while I was in there talking about the things and what happened to me and what's going on now and how they're both got a lot to do with each other, I think that we haven't come very far, and it's about time that all these departments got together and gave people that are trying to make a difference the money they really need to make things happen. You know, they wonder why there's a lot of lost people out there. Well, they're the ones that are to blame, unfortunately. I think on the other hand, there's so many good people. I mean, I'm always saying how I hate this organisation, how I hate this and no one. But there's a lot of good-hearted people that I've met. And I really need to mention their names because I reckon that people that are out there that are doing a lot of good, that really do care too, and that are trying to make a difference, we should know who they are. And the people out there that I want to mention, that I met and that are my friends, and that are real good people trying to make a difference are the staff of the National Museum of Australia, especially Adele, Chanel and Jay Arthur, the staff at the National Library of Australia, and there are places like Crossroads Church at the ANU, run by David McDonald. Cheers, David, and Fiona, Dr. Fiona McDonald at the ANU. That's the Australian National university. Then there's Sue and her staff at the Anglican Church at Reed. They do a hell of a good turn to people with many ways. Then there's the United Church. Hi Chris, that's from the United Church. They feed everybody out there on the streets freely, and they've been doing it for a good while. Every morning you can get breakfast there at the drop-in centre. And then there's people like Richard. I actually live with Richard. I'm renting a room here. And I really look to Richard because he's one person he's a good, decent guy with a good heart. And I wish I could be like Richard. He hasn't had a very good life either, but not as bad as me, but he cares. Then there's Jenny Harper from the Uniting Church of Australia. There is Kathy and her staff from the Red Cross at Ainsley Village. There's all my friends from Mission Heart and Jason the pastor and his wife Kelly. There's all the guys from the New Connection Church. There's Margaret, my dear friend. There's all my good friends from my old home group. There's Vivek and others. There's Diane. There's Alicia. And there's my old kind of adopted dad and mum, Greg and Carol Collier, that I care about, and I always will. There's all the staff and friends from Inanna. There's all the staff from Torah House, and my old church in Margate, Queensland, Calvary Lighthouse, run by Pastor Tony and Helen Webber. There's Maxim Campbell Page, employment at Belconnen. They're really good people that work there. And there's the two churches I attended in Queensland at Kingaroy that I believe are my churches that I go to. That's Pastor Lyle and Anthea and Karen and Kingsley up there. And then there's Pastor Wayne and Jenny Larkins, as well as my other church I go to at night at COC in Kingaroy. There's my friends that run, Wendy and Terry, that run Better Electrical at Kingaroy, and there's my friends at Mitre 10. I just want to say thanks to all you guys, and especially my neighbours. But getting back to what I was saying, some people have got to make a difference. This guy I'm living with, called Richard, him and he wanted to do a movie night at Havelock House for people that have got nowhere to go, because if you want to go to play pool, you got to go to the pub. If you want to go to karaoke, you got to go to the pub. So you could believe that there's nothing for us. So we came up with the idea, and I thought it'd be a good idea if after Richard's movie, then we'd get to karaoke, we'd be able to play pool, we'd be able to play ping pong, then we'd be able to have a barbecue. I conjured more and more and more, and it's great because now people know that they can come to a place where there's not going to be drugs or alcohol, and you know, you don't need the alcohol and the drugs to have clean fun, and we go till early hours of the morning, and we enjoy ourselves. There's board games there, and the reason we did this, because if we don't, man, no one else is gonna, and that was a need, and there's other needs in Canberra that need, and if two people, and especially myself, that can, you know, after everything that's happened to me, really do care about the down and out people. If we can make a change, I'm sure that other communities and other places can start something going like this, because there's a big need. And I just want to tell my daughter and my son that I love so much, that I'm sorry for everything I ever did to them, and I tried to be a good mum, and it's hard to be a mum when you've got uncontrollable complex post-traumatic stress syndrome. And Robert, if I could take